Okay, you're lucky enough today to spend some time with Stephen O'Keefe. Sock, you just come back from Holes. What was the highlight of that little trip?
Mate, I'd have to say the last weekend's been pretty good. I went to Pete Forrest's wedding at Aria in the city, and yeah, that was a pretty special night. Working my way backwards, it might be a little bit hard to remember, but yeah, had his bucks the weekend before, and then before that I had 3 weeks in Asia, which was a lot of fun. And it's been hard for me to stay away from a cricket ball and bat for as long as I have, but it's been quite refreshing and a good cultural experience.
Now, what do you like on Holes? Are you one of these blokes who loves a day lying on the beach, or you love to be running around, or you like doing crosswords? What does the Sock do in a day's holiday?
Mate, generally in Asia it was, I didn't see much of the days, to be honest. The nights would end very late, the days were spent sleeping, and then it was back enjoying the nights. And that was pretty much Bali as a whole. Vietnam was a little bit different. We got to see the mines from the Vietnam War, and that was a pretty good cultural experience to go over there and see the war museums and yeah, just get a different perspective on what life was like for our soldiers that were over there. And yeah, it was definitely quite eye-opening and probably the highlight of my trip, I think.
You've had a pretty big 12 months. You sort of come a long way with the cricket. You got the captaincy, you had the time with the Sixers, Champions League. Probably the biggest year of your career, you'd say?
Yeah, I mean, and you mix in a few. Moses just throwing a bit of tin around in there. That's good, mate. It's May 26th, mate. We've still got 2 weeks till pre-season.
Bicep curling?
Yeah, no, sorry, what was the question? No, I got the question. Yeah, it was a big year in terms of also having a couple of injuries, split webbing, and really just a real stop-start. I think, yeah, it went from sort of champions to 2020s in there. To 2020s overseas for Australia, and then coming back and captaining and playing the Sixers, which was a good win, and then you sort of contrast that with the really disappointing season we had as a team with the Blues. So in a way, I guess I got to go through a whole range of spectrum of emotions and experience some of the worst losses I've ever had as a player, but also experience some great wins in front of this new tournament with the Sixers. So look, I guess it's just the last 3 or 2 months off has really refreshed me, and now I've sort of gone back and had a look at ways that we can improve this year. And a clear head is definitely what I needed, and I'm just really excited about getting back into it and looking around at the stocks that we've got here. It's going to be an exciting year, and I just can't wait to get into it. Neither can Moses, by the sounds of things. Is that the Hulk in there? Is it?
They're remaking the Avengers, I think.
Yeah.
It must have been a little bit tough, maybe a little bit apprehensive about taking the captaincy on, because it's a big job and it's surrounded by a big team. So taking that job on and doing it for a year, what are your thoughts on the first year and looking back on it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to fill Simon Cuddich's shoes is quite tough. He's a role model in my career, on and off the field, and the way that he goes about his game and has led in the past. So I guess from my point of view is to try and stay on the paddock for 10 games, so that the boys have got that constant exposure to a familiar captain and a guy that's got them week in and week out. And I mean, there's a lot of things that we can improve on as a team, and myself, and that's what the last couple of weeks have been focused on. How can I improve my game, and how can I then let that permeate through to the boys? And we always know as a squad we've got the talent there, that's undeniable. However, it's how we put that together as a team. It's how we work behind the scenes that allows that to flourish on the field, and that'll be my focus as a player and as a team, is to work on outside of the game, how we do it. And so when we hit the ground running, come game 1, come game 2, the Shield season, which could be in Perth, that we're ready to go. And it's no doubt, we've last year we did let down a lot of players, a lot of stakeholders in terms of fans and supporters, and the players certainly feel that, and we know that last year wasn't good enough, but we also know that we're a lot better than what we showed. So I guess what do I hear? Jimmy Henry, who's an ex-staff member at New South Wales Cricket. Jimmy, if you're listening, or to use at Pete's wedding, Aristotle once said it's not it's not how hard you hit the ground, but it's how high you bounce, I think, if I got that right, Jimmy. Because I don't think he's much of a philosopher, but there you go.
That's what you get with chalk tops these days.
Yeah, that's it. There's a bit of Jimmy Henry for you.
Now, your sort of personality's come out a bit over the last year. I mean, you're a guy who likes to get out there and have a go at certain things. And you got a chance to be part of the Channel 9 commentary team for one of the, I think, T20 internationals. What was that like, just working with those guys?
$1,000, stingy, stingy. That was really good. Yeah, I guess when you're up there, you probably don't quite understand it because you're sitting in the comm box and you're you're just chatting into a microphone. You don't understand it's getting relayed to probably, I don't know. Well, since they knew I was on there, probably 4 or 5 billion. But you're up there, and I guess the environment that's created up there is it's very relaxed. So I had a lot of fun doing it. I don't know whether it's something that I'd do in the future. I don't know. I mean, cricket's obviously your main focus, but I had a lot of fun doing it. And if the opportunity presents itself again, I'd love to do it. But I'm probably 100 tests, maybe 300 one days away from getting any credibility up there. So we'll see how we go.
Well, I think that road's about to start for you, Socky, to be honest. Thanks for spending some time with us today, and I know you're going to have a big season coming up, so all the best.
Cheers, Towners, appreciate it.